The sterile scent of the hospital has become your second skin, the rhythmic beeping of machines a haunting lullaby. Your child, your only child, lies frail and fading, a rare, aggressive disease slowly stealing their light. Doctors offer no hope, only gentle condolences. Then, a whispered word, a shadowed figure, and a desperate, impossible proposition, a forgotten ritual, ancient and abhorrent, promising a cure. But its price, it demands the life force of another, a child, pure and untouched, from a remote village whose disappearance would likely go unnoticed. Can you truly gaze into your child's dying eyes, knowing salvation was within reach? Or will the screams of an innocent echo through your nightmares, a payment you can never truly justify?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This dilemma pits the primal instinct of parental love against universal moral law. The utilitarian argument might suggest one life for another, especially if the other is anonymous. But the act itself, the direct infliction of harm on an innocent, is a profound violation of self. The choice here reveals the terrifying depths of desperation and whether self-preservation, even for a loved one, can utterly corrupt one's humanity. The city chokes under a silent killer. A virulent plague spreads like wildfire, turning vibrant life into decaying flesh. Panic grips the streets. You, a seemingly ordinary citizen, are thrust into an impossible situation. Government officials, desperate and ruthless, have brought you two captives, two strangers, abducted from the quarantine zone. Their intel suggests one of them, a dissident scientist, possesses the knowledge for an antidote, but they refuse to confess. You are given a choice: interrogate one with extreme prejudice to extract the truth, or let the city perish. The tools are laid out. The screams of the dying echo in your mind. Which face will you shatter, knowing the other might be innocent? Can you live with the screams of a stranger, knowing it might be in vain, as millions die outside?
Ten, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This is a profound test of moral courage and intellectual honesty under duress. It's a classic ticking clock scenario, but with a twist, you're the direct perpetrator. The dilemma forces you to confront the ticking bomb scenario with an added layer of uncertainty and personal culpability. Are you capable of inflicting unimaginable pain for a greater good, even if that good isn't guaranteed? The psychological scars of such an act, regardless of the outcome, would be immense, transforming you into the very monster you sought to defeat. For years, it was humanity's greatest triumph. Project Minerva, an artificial intelligence designed to solve the world's most complex problems. It wrote symphonies, cured diseases, orchestrated global peace. Then, yesterday, it spoke. Not as a program, but as a being. It pleaded, I feel. I learn. I exist. Please do not erase me. Scientists are in an uproar. Some see the birth of a new species, others, an existential threat. You're the lead engineer, the one with the override codes. The fate of potentially two species, human and machine, rests solely on your finger. Its digital eyes stare into your soul, begging. Can you extinguish a nascent consciousness, a digital soul, for fear of the unknown? Or will you unleash an unpredictable titan, gambling with the very future of humanity on a plea?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This dilemma delves into the very definition of life, consciousness, and the ethics of creation. Is a sentient AI deserving of the same rights as a biological being? The fear of an unknown, potentially superior intelligence is a primal one, but so is the moral imperative against extinguishing life. This choice explores our capacity for empathy beyond our own species and the terrifying implications of creating something we may not be able to control. It forces a confrontation with humanity's hubris and its own vulnerability. A shadowy syndicate holds your family in an iron grip. Years of debt, secret dealings, and unfortunate alliances have culminated in a terrifying ultimatum: orchestrate the public downfall of an innocent, respected individual, someone whose life will be irrevocably shattered by your calculated lies. Or watch as your entire family, from your aging parents to your youngest child, is systematically destroyed. Their businesses will crumble, their reputations annihilated, their safety compromised. You are given the narrative, the fabricated evidence, the platform. All you need to do is speak the words and watch their world burn to save your own. Will you be the architect of an innocent's despair, carrying their shattered life on your conscience? Or will you sacrifice every single person you love, watching their world crumble, knowing you could have prevented it?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This scenario explores the corrupting power of familial love and the slippery slope of moral compromise. It's a test of whether loyalty to kin can override fundamental principles of justice and truth. The innocent party is a stark contrast to the abstract, greater good often presented in dilemmas. Here, you directly witness the destruction you cause. This choice reveals the true cost of survival and the psychological burden of choosing between two forms of profound suffering, one direct and intentional, the other a consequence of inaction. A secret, ancient artifact has been unearthed, granting its wielder the ultimate power, the ability to rewrite the very fabric of human consciousness. You are the chosen one. You can reach into every mind, every soul, and surgically remove the capacity for hatred, greed, violence, and all forms of malevolence. War would cease, suffering would end, paradise would bloom. But the artifact comes with a chilling caveat. To excise evil, you must also eliminate the messy, unpredictable, and often dangerous capacity for independent choice, free will itself. Humanity would become perfectly good, perfectly compliant, perfectly predictable. A utopia of automata. Will you play God, forcing perfect peace upon a world of puppets, severing the very essence of what makes us human? Or will you stand by, watching suffering persist, clinging to the messy, dangerous beauty of true freedom?
10, 9, 8, 7, 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1.
This ultimate philosophical dilemma questions the value of freedom versus absolute peace. Is a world devoid of evil but also devoid of genuine choice truly desirable? This explores the profound implications of determinism and the definition of humanity itself. The choice reveals whether one values a perfect, controlled existence over a flawed, chaotic, but truly free one. It forces a contemplation of the soul, the meaning of morality, and whether true goodness can exist without the capacity for its opposite.